All right. What do you do if the law guardian is not responsive? What is the responsibility of the law guardian? Shouldn't they view both homes and talk to the kids privately? So that's a lot in one series of questions. So what do you do if the law guardian is not responsive? Um, Unfortunately, that is not necessarily an uncommon thing because all lawyers and law guardians or lawyers are busy. And let me just say here that law guardian is an old terminology or an old term for the attorneys who are assigned to represent the interests of children in custody or divorce proceedings. Now in New York, for quite some time, we call them attorneys for the children. Attorneys for the children are to advocate for their client. So that's an important distinction because under the law guardian role, they were considered to have a protective role. They were considered to have a role to determine what's best for the child. Now they advocate for the child's interests. And if the child is not able to express an interest because they're pre-verbal, they're 1.5 years old or something, the law guardian is supposed to discern what would the child want if the child could tell me what the child wanted. How would the law guardian do that if they don't see your child, view your child, learn about your child? That's a good point. They would not know. And so they're ethically obligated to lay eyes on their client. So even if you have a newborn, sadly, and you are in a breakup with a newborn, the attorney for that child is supposed to lay eyes on that child. Now that child can't tell them anything. And in that situation, it would certainly be helpful to see both households where the child would be cared for. But there's no ethical obligation for the attorney for the child to visit the household, talk to both parents, or see both households. So the ethical obligation is really just to see the child. And if the child is able to be interviewed and express an opinion, the attorney for that child must work at that interview, meet with the child, communicate with the child, get enough information to understand the child's position or come up with a position about what that child's position would be or an opinion of what that child's position would be if the child could tell us.